Hello and welcome to the video. This is an overview of this Walksnail quad from BetaFPV. This is the Pavo Pico25v2. Now I need to say a massive thanks to Drone Authority for special ordering these Walksnail versions. They have them in stock, so I'll put a link down below. You can go and check them out. Historically, there has been a lot of pressure, from what I can hear, put on resellers from DJI to only produce their bind and fly, ready to fly quads with the O3 Air unit. So it's great now to see that they're also being developed and sold with other HD systems like Walksnail. But this is a special kit that Drone Authority have orders that has some extra stuff in the box. So I'll show you what extra stuff you get in the box if you order this over other places. Now, I'm going to actually clean this thing on video. I know I get lots of questions from people saying, why do your review quads always look so clean? Well, the answer is I get a wet wipe and I wipe them all down. As you can tell from this has been thrown about. This is an incredibly fun quad. The Pavo series from BetaFPV are generally great quads, but this one in particular, and also it's got my Walksnail system on it that I really like, has been one of these really cool things. Bullet point for this is that it is specifically designed to integrate with lots of different HT systems, and because now we have the Walksnail unit, we have the choice, has a Y-shaped CNC metal support structure that improves the rigidity, so there's better torsion resistance and anti-vibration characteristics as well. Interestingly, on this one, there isn't the same vibration isolating that I think I saw on the previous version for the O3 Air unit. They've got rid of that for a hard mount, but we don't get any vibration. Props are enclosed, as with all the Pavo series. Great for flying in close proximity to people, pets and property, if you're allowed to do that, but also if you are flying around things that you could potentially bump into, so flying around goalposts or through trees, then there's less chance of the prop getting struck and it getting knocked out of the sky. This is incredible fun to fly without an action camera, but there is enough scope on here to add a lightweight action camera, something like a naked GoPro 12, something like an Instago 3 or something like that would go on here. Inside, there's an F722 35 amp all-in-one brushless flight controller, and that F72 chip provides good performance and a decent processing speed for beta flight. And around the outside, we have the light strip assembly. Now, I've used these on my planes, actually. I really love these. You can buy them separately, and it can be switched on and off using the user 1 setting in Betaflight. So, specification for this, again, this is the Pavo 25v2. Wheelbase is 112mm. Flight controller is an F722 based all-in-one unit, 35 amp ESCs. Motors are 1506 4200 kV unit. The battery is an XT30 connector actually attached into the frame. Supports DJI O3, Avatar HD Pro, the Cadix Vista stuff, and Analog 2. Interestingly, they're not at the moment making HD0 versions. Flight times are advertised as 6 to 8 minutes. I would agree with that, but more on that in a moment. Props are Gemfan D63 3-bladed props, and the receiver version can be either ordered with Express LRS, which is what I've got here, or TBS. Recommended battery, you need a 4S 650 to 850 milliamp hour. I'm using an 850 here, and it's hovering about a third throttle. In terms of the Betaflight setup, let's plug it in and I'll have a very quick look. Again, standard stuff, dump and diff are going to be below. Nice to see that it has been armed at the factory. Well done, BetaFPV. So test things, all working beautifully. Ports are set up like this. So UART6 is used for the serial receiver. That's the Express LRS one. And then we have UART2 set for the on-screen display for the Walksnail system. Configuration is set for 8K gyro and PID loops, but the CPU is running at 44%, but it is F7, so we can really crank that up. Nothing else in here that's worth commenting on. Power and battery look like this. Failsafe is set to drop. PID tuning is very responsive. Potentially I'll turn the rates down if you want more cinematic flying. It is very responsive and very fun to fly. Set for CRSF via the serial receiver, but telemetry is turned off. Modes are nicely set up here. I would move them around though, because they've got the different ones on different modes. I would probably come in here and have a bit of a tweak. I've seen better setups on other BetaFPV quads. On-screen display, again, is a little cluttered, so if you get one of these, I would plug it into Betaflight Configurator and have a little bit of a play to get it the way that you want. So having had a look through this, there's not a lot here to write home about. This is pretty standard stuff. In terms of flying, it is hovering at about a third throttle without an action camera installed and with my 850 mAh battery. Image from the Walksnail system is lovely. There's no props in the image as well, even if you have the camera quite low down and not tilted up. Despite the lack of vibration isolation, there's no real jello here, and the noise from this thing isn't particularly bad. It's kind of what you'd expect from a 2.5-inch model. You could fly it in a park relatively easily. Once it's about 10-20 meters away, you're going to struggle to see the thing. However, flying it in dusk conditions is great because that wonderful LED strip around the outside really makes it very easy to see and follow, and probably get all your neighbors reporting a UFO sighting. Flight time from the 850 mAh pack that I have here is about 5 to 6 minutes if you are cruising, and it is very capable of being flown very gently as well as being thrown about as well. It uses about 100 milliamps from the battery in a minute, so my battery should last me about 6-8 minutes. However, I'm not pushing it much past 6. Pulls about 5 amps in fast forward flight and had loads of power and, surprisingly, lots of authority for fast flipping and rolling too. So there's a lot of things that I like about this. I do like these BetaFPV quads. They are well made, well set up, and they fly spectacularly too. It's great to finally have them in Walksnail. So thank you for Drone Authority for getting these in stock. And as you saw from the unboxing, there's lots of additional things in the box as well. Things like the charger and the power cable and the other bits. I think Drone Authority initially wanted to also have a battery in there, but just check the listing on there just for what the latest and greatest is. But I like the fact that Ben is trying to make it easier to get one of these and get them flying up there at Drone Authority. Flight performance is lovely. I have really put this one through its paces, hence why it's absolutely covered in bits of the field. It's incredible fun to fly, and it can do pretty much everything from fast flippy floppy to very smooth cinematic style filming to fly it like you stole it. And I also like the LED strip around the outside. In bright sunlight it's hard to see, however in anything but the brightest sunlight you will be able to spot it, and it really helps find it when it ends up stuck in a tree or a hedge. Only a couple of things to be aware of here. This is a kit from Drone Authority. You may not get all those extra pieces from other people, so check the listings. The 03 version of this did have those soft mounts here at the front. This one doesn't. It's kind of soft mounts, but not really. However, there doesn't seem to be an issue with jello, and it is tricky to get to the bind button for the avatar unit here at the bottom. However, it is hidden away. You can kind of get in there. I just used a cocktail stick to find and press the button when I was doing the binding. So in summary, this is an absolutely fab little quad. This is one of my favorites at the moment in the Pavo series from BetaFPV. This is a great all-rounder with a decent flight time and really fun flight characteristics. Well done BetaFPV, and well done for finally sticking Walksnail in your quads. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Painless 360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.